What's
Recording's in
happening, everybody?
progress.
Dean's on the jet. He's just going straight into the business. How you doing today,
That's
Dean?
right. Man, I'm great. Yeah, busy day. I had to decorate, want to make sure that we're presentable for the big guy to fly down some chimneys. And I wanted to keep the bird available in case Rudolph's light's not shining.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed.
Yeah, that guy.
What's I'm trying to think of the name. What's the G6? Rudolph the Red-Nosed G6. That's what that is.
G6.
Yeah, yeah.
There it is.
Like a G6. We are going to be doing, if anybody saw last week's fun show, we're going to be doing another one where we talk Texit Coin. Dean Priest is a Texit Ranger, a friend of mine. He's who got me involved in Texit Coin, and we are going to be doing the very basic intro where we let people know a little bit more about what it is, what's honest money, just to let you guys in on this project that's now about, 18 months old, Dean?
Yeah, we're in week 90.
Week
So
90. So we're pulling up almost on 2 years. We're getting
we're
close to two
we're
years.
getting there.
And we
Yes.
both, him and I both got involved about 8 months ago, 8 months ago.
That was May. So
I'm not a
May.
mathematician,
So
but it was a while ago.
yeah, it's
Uh,
been 7 months.
so we are going to be starting there, and then we're going to be giving some actual updates that happen from the calls that they do on Tuesdays and stuff that you can just know what's going on with the project right now. As with any cryptocurrency, there is fluctuation, and there's still a lot of positivity in that fluctuation because that's just part of the game. And this is one of those rare occasions that if you buy yourself a miner, you are consistently getting coins for the next 130, 135, 130.
35. 135.
135 years. There we go. I'm getting
Right.
better at it. Anyways, Dean, go ahead and do a quick introduction of yourself, and then we will get the party started.
All right. Well, Dean, again from T Town, Toledo, Ohio. Always going to represent the Ohio. Been in Texas 35 years. A whole bunch of kids, beautiful wife, and we've got this wonderful project we jumped into called Texit Coin. And it's just really been the kids and Mama and I were talking earlier today because it's finals week, and so the kids are all studying for finals, and I've been able to be here to help out. Got the Christmas lights up earlier than normal. These are things I haven't been able to do in years, and Texas Coin has let me do it. So and now today I get to spend time doing this with a buddy, a guy that I just think the world of, and heck, I
Oh,
mean,
shucks.
Jar, don't get all weird on me.
Aw, dang it.
But you know what I'm saying.
Uh,
You know,
it's funny because now I can't think of any buddy buddy stuff now that I've watched the P. Diddy documentary. I'm just, that baffles the
uh,
fact that he's gotten away with it so long. If anybody out there has
right?
not watched the P. Diddy documentary, that's a
Mm-mm.
sick puppy. That is a
Yeah,
sick puppy.
it makes that cat from making it. What was that one? Making a murderer.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it makes him look like a stand-up citizen, doesn't it?
It does. It does. And everybody just bowed down to this guy. I'm going to be pretty sure that we will, when he gets out, we are not going to accept him into the Texas Coin program.
No,
I don't know.
no.
He's not the
We are
character.
forgiving. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And everything else, but no, I don't know that he's anybody. I'm going to be like, hey, do you want to jump on our podcast?
No, definitely not. Um,
Text it talk with Diddy. I don't think so. I'm good.
you got to get the oil, the baby oil out before we do it, and then we're
No,
like, all right, let's talk. Let's
yeah,
no. Dean,
it's a
before we
slippery
get
slope.
started, get the lube going. Before we get started, let's start with it and end with it. Say somebody can't watch very long and they want to get a hold of you to learn more about it. Maybe they've seen it at airports or they've seen it in different parts of the country or they've seen it on social media or commercials or they saw it in the Dallas holiday parade and they're like, I do want to talk to somebody about this. What are all the different ways they can get a hold of you? And by the way, all of these will be in the description of the video wherever you are watching. But Dean, go ahead and tell them.
Yeah, feel free to shoot me an email, deanpriest1967 @gmail.com. Shoot me a text or a phone call, 682-203-2463. Use Calendly. We're going to have a link
Link will be in there.
be in there for you, and you can just set up a time. It'll shoot me a notice, and we'll just jump on a call. Any way you want to get in touch with me, I'm available all the time. Of course, we have life stuff, and I may have to call back, but I'm always pretty accessible.
I love it. All right, Dean. What is Texit Coin?
Texit Coin. make crypto great again, right? It's the only made in the USA 100% proof of work cryptocurrency. We're going to have a network that is 100% in the state of Texas. It's going to be in 36 different areas all around the state to keep the you never want to worry about one storm. This is Texas. We get a little bit of weather. You don't want to worry about one storm taking your whole network out. So by having 36 strategic spots all over the state of Texas, you've always got that network going. And that gives you the dependability, the reliability. For people to build on the network, which is ultimately, what a network is for. That's the mine. The mine is what pays out them tokens every day to all the people like you and I that are crowdsourcing this project. And it really just is honest money. The whole purpose of doing this is to have a way to utilize something other than the dollar, something other than gold and silver, a credit card, another way to just actually go to different businesses, pay for what you want, and the fees are next to nothing. That's why we're so excited about this downtown digital dollars that are be coming out here in the pretty soon.
And that's the layer two, which is another reason that there is a long-term value on this. Really quick, we explained it last time, but I like to make sure that everybody understands. We're talking about mining, and that's what these locations are. So real quick, to educate the audience, if they're new, what is the difference in, excuse me, the two different kinds of cryptocurrency per se?
Well, yeah. So you have proof of work, and then you have proof of stake. Okay, proof of stake is you just put up some money, you make some coins out of thin air, and then you try to find some utility for them, and get them onto a marketplace, an exchange where you get some influence to talk about them and get that price going, and hopefully people start buying and trading. Proof of work is no coins exist until you fire up that first computer. That once that first ASICs is going, and then every day coins get mined. But it's hard work, that's why, we're only 22% built, we're 90 weeks in, which is just the infancy. Don't get me wrong, but it's hard work to get these slabs laid, secure the ground, lay slabs, get the right power, get all these things done in all these different areas, then get the equipment shipped in and set up. It's hard work to build it, but that's also at the same time what gives us the stability and what gives almost all of your proof of work coins, that constant $1 billion market cap or better,
Yeah.
And that's the important thing, is you earn it. That's why people don't do it. It costs a lot of money. And that's why we're crowdsourcing it. We have zero debt. We've done $143 million of crowdsourcing to start building this thing, and we're building and building, and we have zero debt. When this thing is done, we're going to be debt free and still have a ton of money for our advertising, for all of the goodwill that we do for all the communities. And that's really a special thing. Bobby's really created this thing properly. There's hiccups along the way, and heck, you are one of the best entrepreneurs ever. You have hiccups when you're doing new stuff. You know Absolutely. What I mean? But gosh, he lets us know what's going on every Tuesday, talks to all of us, and we address it, we fix it, we achieve, we just overcome. But this project, it's going to be big. It's in, and again, like I said last week, it's a gamble. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? We're not financial experts. I'm not trying to give you advice on what to do with your money. But what I'm saying is, my life, I've gambled on, playing cards. I've gambled on football games. I've gambled on, shooting craps at the casino.
I've gambled on cryptocurrency deals a couple of years ago. And I've learned things that I want to stay away from, and things that I actually would. Anything that comes off that seems too good to be true, I'm out. Yep. This is something that, like you said, is it a little bit of a gamble? Absolutely. Everything's a gamble. And I think we forgot to do our thing in the beginning. Go ahead and say the disclaimer.
Oh yeah, we're not financial experts. We're not here doing securities. The SEC, we don't know any of them.
No.
All we're talking about is something that you and I decided to jump in on, throw a little money at it. Let's see what happens. And the gamble that we took doesn't seem like like as much of a gamble now, does it? You know,
No,
it, it
and the fact is because again, I bought some Texit coin on the side where I paid for it. Yeah, because I saw that there was a dip in the market, and I think that I can see
Mhm.
and again because of Bobby's transparency, why there is a dip in the market. It's based on just the overall trajectory and the current state of cryptocurrency right now. So I'm like, oh,
Correct.
I'll buy some at a lower price, and especially since right now miners are start because the project is getting so busy and full
Mhm.
and people are starting to fill the seats, it's going a little bit, we get a little bit less per day and it's going to keep getting that way. So again, there time is of the essence, the sooner the better. But fact is I can see something. Now it may not be a dollar value that's exactly what I want based on the value of the coin today, which is
Right.
around $2 at the time of
Yeah,
doing this. Is that what it's at right now? $2
I think
ish,
so. Yeah.
give or take. It's the value of the fact that no matter what, we have a proof of work coin that will hold some kind of value,
Right.
and
Yeah.
we are seeing it each day. I get about what do we have about 45 cents or sorry 40.45 of a coin per day per
Per
mine
seat. Yeah,
per
per
seat,
month.
and I've got
Right.
6 seats.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's that's to me where it's a difference. The gamble, and it's also you're not saying, hey, Dean, I suggest going and buying about $10,000 or $100,000 of this crypto. It's going to blow up. You can get and you can start your entry point at $1,000, $995 for one
Yeah.
seat, and it allows you to start making coins for the next not start. It allows you to start today, start whenever you do it, and make coins for the next
Every day.
135 years, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's that's the thing too. I try to talk to people about is this is a community, this is a project, this is something we're building that when I first learned about it, and you and I have talked about it, I'm not going to lie, I looked at everything up and down. I spent hours and hours and hours, and it just hit every one of my hot buttons. This is a long-term project about honest money, building and crowdsourcing, building a community, and it's really about, do I personally believe this thing's going to blow up? I actually absolutely, because I look at what all the other proof of work coins have done. I do the comparatives. I look at the fact that we're debt free and we're not going to have any big bank or big BlackRock or anything like that controlling what our company's doing. We are going to be 250,000 strong when the mine's built, and then nobody else can ever mine the coin. And that's the beautiful thing. Once Texas Coin blows up, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go out and mine it," because you can go buy computing
Right.
computers right now for Doge and Litecoin, Bitcoin, right? But we're gonna be like, "Oh, well, nobody can mine it except for the people that put it together." That's
Yeah.
just us. I mean, it really is just an amazing opportunity that's going to be there for a long time. And with these layer two, with this, I'm telling you, I'm so excited.
So tell everybody what the layer two is.
Okay, layer two are and it's made now, so now it's really nifty. But they're coins that are used. All of these festivals, downtown associations, they all have their things, downtown dollars, or the tickets you buy at the fair, and all that stuff. Well, what the downtown digital dollars is you'll just have an app on your phone. You get your downtown digital dollars on there, and then you just go and you just tap as you go, right? But the whole theory behind it is you're going to be able to use them anywhere they're accepted. So it's not like the tickets you would buy, because those,
When the state fair is over, that's toilet paper
it's
money
it's
right there.
memorabilia. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. That's what it is. It goes in the scrapbook. You can use them in other places all around the state, all other different festivals. It's just such an untapped market. It's a like $2 or $3 trillion industry, and no one's touching it. And Bobby came up with this idea, and he actually did something like this 15 years ago with copper tokens back when he was in the, the what he likes to call the horse and buggy age of, actually making, coins.
Metallics,
Um,
metallic
yeah,
jingle.
and he told us about it, showed us the book that he had, the videos he had commercials. The thing is it was limited because if you have a big fair, like Addison, they have the big Oktoberfest, you're talking, 100,000 people in 3 days. Heck, you'd have to make 4 million coins. How are you going to get them there? I mean,
Right.
let's just talk about it, and so it was limited, but now these layer two coins, right? And I'll call them stable coins because they'll be backed by, the TXC, and also they put the money straight into a credit union to back however many coins are made, right?
Right.
And so it's usable anywhere. When you want them, you go in. You and I can do it for a function. It's there for us to use.
Right.
And it's really amazing. But with all of that, every 100 of those digital dollars that are purchased, one Texit coin, $1, a Texit coin has to be purchased to pay the gas, right? Just like any network, if you send money over Ethereum, you got to pay them to use the network, right?
Right.
Well, so for every $100, $1 in Texit coin has to be purchased, and it's purchased on the market. So you think about that. Think about the sheer numbers, right? Think about something, like an Oktoberfest. You got 100,000 people. They average spending $100 a piece,
Yeah.
right? That's $10 million.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, 10 million divided by 100 is 100,000, right?
Right.
So you're getting $100,000 worth of Texit coin purchased off the market immediately. And these are coins that'll never be sold back. All that does is raise the price of the coin. So now all the miners, everything they're mining every day, all of that's worth more. Now
Yeah.
imagine doing that, all over the state, all over the country, all over the world.
And it doesn't have
Um,
to just be Texas. So it just is if as
yeah,
people are watching this from all over, and the people that could contact Dean, this isn't just a Texas project. It's being
no,
mined in Texas. That's
correct.
how
Yes.
that's where it was named the Texit Coin.
Yeah.
But it is on a Litecoin base. It is something that can be done all over the country. You can have your own miners. You don't have. It's not like you're buying a miner to bring to your house. You are buying a seat that you're getting virtually, and you have a coin. You have a coin that you can keep at home, or you can put it in a wallet. All the different things. If you're new
Mhm.
to cryptocurrency, that's fine because it is something that can be literally kept in a safe or in your hand, and it'll just go on there. And Dean is great about walking you through any questions you might have, and it's kind of a cool thing. Like I don't know where my coin is. It should be right over here, but I keep it close to my desk, my cold storage coin, and it's got all of my whatever like 900 Texit coin on there right now.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
want to know how many Dean has because
No,
that's a flex. That's a flex. I don't want to
it,
know.
it is, and I'm already flexing being on my jet. So
Yeah. All right, well, let's get to the one serious part, and then we'll wrap this up because I want to keep it short. Obviously, it's around the holidays. There's been this is what I've been telling people. Every metric that Texit Coin has put in front of them, they have hit in terms of the price of the coin based on Bobby's quote unquote path to 16. Right now, it took a little bit of a turn in the last 40 days or so. And I know
right.
Bobby probably talked a little bit about it on Tuesday. I missed that. What would be the word saying that, obviously we've taken a slight turn. The value of the coin right now is not overly high. Again, production is still good with the mine, but what would you tell people or answer that question right now?
Well, a couple of things. One, I truly don't pay attention to the coin right now. That's just me, okay? And it's a lot of us in the community, because the price of the coin is important to me once the mine is completed, because that is when the world knows. That's when we have 100 million megahertz network. That's when we have a 250,000 person community. That's when we have all types of layer two digital downtown dollars being utilized all over the place. And that's when the world goes, holy cow, right?
Yeah.
That's when I'm going to be paying attention to the price of the coin. Okay. But second, it's not that we missed our goals so much. Here's the thing, that path to 16, it's still on point. The difference is the time. Everybody looked at that path to 16 and they looked at the month, they looked at the price of the coin expectation. Everybody forgot to look at the part over on the right that showed how much we had to have sold and how much we had to have crowdfunded at that time, right?
Right.
And which that is the dynamic, that is the epicenter. You have to generate a certain amount of revenue in order for the rest of the equation to come true.
Yeah.
So I don't look at it as the path to 16 is not there. I look at it as we hit November and December. And with the exception of travel, restaurants, and retail, everything else dies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Car sales go down. I mean, watch sales go. I mean, all that stuff. Real estate. You can't sell
Right.
a house in December. That's just a natural part of it. And that's one of the reasons too. We just had a meeting and it was really nice just talking and Bobby said, you know what? Let's just relax. Let's take these last couple of weeks, and let's reflect on what we've done.
Yeah.
This started off as just an idea in a garage. You know what I mean? And now we're 60,000 people strong. We've really built something great, and the best is coming. The greatest parts are coming, and just to be a part of it, is just really fun. I have to go on a mission trip in January because my son is doing a mission trip to Jackson, Mississippi. Okay. And so I'm going to be one of the chaperones on there, and we're just going to go do some of the Lord's work and just, kind of do some things. And once I get back from that, I just can't wait to see just how we blow out of the machine. I mean, it's just going to be great. All this stuff coming, and it's just not slowing down. It's just been a blast. And so we just are taking time right now to relax, enjoy family, reflect on everything that Texit Coin has done, allowing me to actually be around my family at Christmas time. Oh my gosh, this has been a blast. It's and not that, and I want everybody to understand, and Anthony, this, but I loved my job. Do not get me wrong, I did. I loved the people I worked with.
Which is where we met. Yeah.
Yeah, I love my customers. But it's a job where you don't see your family a lot. It is what it is, right? So to have this, since November 1st, and still be working on all the things that we're working on, it's really something. You know what I mean? And it's just getting bigger and bigger and greater, and I'm just all in, and I just want everybody to take a look and come on the ride with us, and get you one of these jets I'm in.
And when you're back in January, you'll be doing the dinners, which
Yes.
you can, again, if you're local and you want a good free meal and to hear a little bit more about Texit Coin around the Fort Worth area, he sets these up. Are you doing them every week or every 2 weeks? I forgot.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing them every week on Thursdays, except for 1 week a month. I'll be out of town. I'm going to designate 1 week out a month to go out of town and help people build their teams in Ohio and in Vegas and in Florida, where I've got other people. But the other 3 or 4 weeks, depending on how the month falls, it'll be every Thursday.
Yeah.
Well, I may end up having you take care of the ones when I'm out of town. We'll work on that too.
Hey, I've never turned down barbecue. You know what I mean? And I can talk.
That's your master.
I'm not. What movie was it? Wedding Crash. I'm not a talker.
Nah.
All right, that's it. Again, tell everybody where they can get a hold of you. I think we talked about current state of the coin. Talked about the path to still obviously growing with success. The layer 2, which is also what builds intrinsic value. We went over what is Texit Coin. If there is any other questions, go ahead and reach out to Dean, your everyday lovely Texit Ranger, at one of these 3 areas. Calendly, by the way, that link, all of these will be in the actual description of the video. Go ahead, Dean.
Yeah. So again, Dean Priest 1967 at gmail.com. 682-203-2463. Give me a holler or a text. And then, of course, the Calendly. And or if you really just really want to do it the backdoor way, get a hold of Anthony. blow his phone up so that he calls me and says, "Hey, we talk to these folks?"
Exactly. Don't call me. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yay, sports.
Yay,
That's what we're
sports.
talking
Yay,
about.
sports.
Yay, sports.
Well, I appreciate everybody. We will, what is next week? Is that
Yeah, next
Christmas?
week will be Christmas week.
Yeah, we probably
And
won't be doing this video next week. Maybe we will do somewhere. I don't know. Is Bobby doing a
yeah,
meeting on Tuesday?
next Tuesday, I think so, but I don't know. I didn't even ask.
Well, we'll see. Either that or we'll
We'll
do it
see.
again at the new year. So
Yeah,
this is episode number 2 with Dean and Anthony. Dean, the Texit Ranger, and Anthony, the mouth from the South. Have a great
yeah.
day, guys. Take it easy.
See you, bud.
Bye.